Hey everyone, it's Sandra. Welcome back to my channel. This is going to be the Bible book tag, and I wasn't tagged, but I really wanted to do it anyway, so we're going to get right into it. I really don't want to have to edit this at all because I'm trying to get it up for you guys, and I kind of want it to just be a little bit more flowy, so I have my notes here. I'm going to answer these questions. We're going to get right into it and talk about different things like favorite book of the Bible, which is the first question. My favorite book of the Bible, well, there are so many, to be honest, and it does depend on what you're going through in life, but overall, my favorite would be Proverbs because there's so much wisdom, and if you didn't know, Proverbs has 31 chapters, so you can literally read a different chapter every day for every month, especially in a month that has 31 days. So like, for example, October has 31 days. You could have read a Proverbs a day or a chapter a day for the month of October. Anyway, I love Proverbs, but I'm also really enjoying Ephesians at the moment and Isaiah. Now, Isaiah, I'm reading through a chapter a day on my own and just like studying it with my study Bible here. But essentially, well, this is John. Let's see if I can go to Isaiah. So like Isaiah has all of that extra commentary and content, and I do try to keep in mind that it's a person who wrote that commentary, but it does kind of provide some extra context for what I'm reading, and I really enjoy that, as well as studying Ephesians with my Immeasurably More study. You're going to hear more about this throughout this video because I'm literally obsessed with it, and you would think I was sponsored, but I'm not, unless, you know, my church wants to sponsor me. That'd be great, but I'm not sponsored. I just really, really love this. Anyway, my favorite Bible story. When I was little, it would have been probably either Esther or Joseph in the Coat of Many Colors. Now, I don't really know what my favorite story would be. At the moment, I just really relate to anyone who God had given a promise and they had to wait for it, which is just about anyone in the Bible. So I don't really have a favorite story at the moment. We'll go with the Christmas story since Christmas is coming up. The next question is favorite person in the Bible. And I'm not really sure. Obviously, Jesus is our favorite person in the Bible. I really enjoy studying Daniel just because of the sense of excellence and like dedication to following God. I really enjoyed that. I also am currently relating a whole lot to Hannah and her persistent prayer. The next question is your favorite verse, and my longtime favorite verse is Hebrews 12:2 that says, "Let us fix our eyes on Jesus, the author and perfecter of our faith, who for the joy set before him endured the cross, scorning its shame, and sat down at the right hand of the throne of God." Love that, for always trying to remember to fix my eyes on Jesus, which is my favorite verse because it's so hard to do. Sometimes we get distracted and need to refocus. But I will also say my favorite verse of the year is John 15:4, which talks about God is the vine and we are the branches, and those who abide in him bear much fruit. Abide is my word of the year, and so that verse is kind of a focus for me, as well as Ephesians 3:20 and 21 for this Immeasurably More study. So let me just move on without editing. My favorite translation of the Bible, right here. I love ESV. A long time have loved ESV. It just is a very simple and yet close translation to the original words of the Bible. But I did want to come back to this Immeasurably More because there is a really awesome chart in this book that I had never seen anything like this before. And essentially, sorry, it's on cinematic, so let's see if you can see that. Essentially, on this side, it's like word for word translations, and on this side, it's more of a paraphrase. You guys can probably guess that's the message over here in paraphrase, and then over here, the closest to word for word would actually be the New American Standard Bible. I'm kind of trusting this. And it just goes through in order of like how closely translated it is to how more of a paraphrase. So like if you are looking for what the original meaning is, these are the ones you would want to look at. If you're just kind of looking at the general idea, thought for thought, and then a paraphrase just for extra context is how I look at it. But I love ESV, and I have been reading more of the Amplified, New American Standard, and I'll look at different translations every once in a while just to like get extra context. So I found this really fascinating. So then the next question is one that I could have endless answers to. It's favorite hymn, chorus, song, singer, and band. My favorite hymn is It Is Well With My Soul. Like, that's a no-brainer. I've got it on my pillow. Like, that for sure is the answer to that question. Chorus, I don't know. I have so many. I can't think of any off the top of my head. Yeah, my brain is blank. I'm sorry. Favorite song, I really should just show you my Spotify. Some songs I'm loving the most right now are Break the Bottle by Tiffany Hudson. I'm loving some of the songs that we're singing in Kids, and I'm waiting for my Spotify to load so I can tell you some more. So we've got On Time God, Hidden Here by Tiffany Hudson, Break the Bottle by Tiffany Hudson, and Stephanie Gretzinger. I forgot that she is also in that song. Gotta give credit. Isn't He Good by Phil Wickham, Be Brave by Orange Kids Music. I love that song so much. Made for This by Group Music. Made to Fly by Colton Dixon. Over and Over by Elevation Rhythm. Growing Pains by Elevation Rhythm and Mitch Wong. And Living Color by Elevation Church Kids. So I have definitely been listening to some of my kids' music and just, I don't know, enjoying that. Anyway, those are some of my favorites. Oh, and also honorable mention to One Thing by Hillsong Worship, because that one is also such a good reminder of Jesus being the one thing that we can focus on and the one thing that we should want. My favorite singer, well, I think it's pretty clear from that. Recently, Tiffany Hudson, as well as my favorite singer a long time would be Lauren Daigle. And then my favorite band, long time for King and Country, but also Need to Breathe and Elevation Worship. But I'm also getting into Elevation Rhythm, so we kind of love that for me. Favorite Christian movie. It's kind of cringy for this to be my favorite Christian movie, but I will always have a place in my heart that just adores the Left Behind movies, and there is no changing that. I just love that movie series. Favorite speaker, preacher. So I listen to so many different speakers and preachers. It just depends on the time in my life. But for right now, the top three would be my pastor now, my pastor in the past, and then John and Lisa Bevere. So that's John and Lisa Bevere, Ron and Hope Carpenter, and Stephen and Holly Furtick. Those are my people at the moment. Favorite, okay, I was kind of unclear on this next question. Favorite Christian fiction author, favorite non-Christian fiction author, or did it mean favorite non-fiction Christian author? I don't know, so I'm going to answer all of those. Favorite Christian fiction author would probably be, I don't know if I would really call her Christian fiction, but Rachel Hawk, however her name is said, and Francine Rivers, our queen. Definitely. Favorite non-Christian fiction author, Jenny Hale. Cannot wait for Bookmas. Oh my gosh. I'm just going to leave it at that. Favorite Christian nonfiction author would be, I don't know. Probably, no, because she's a speaker I would listen to. At the moment, I am loving this book by Levi Lusko. So I'm going to go with this because this is the only thing on the top of my head. So we're going to say Levi Lusko at the moment. And then favorite non-Christian nonfiction author. I feel like Amy Landino is the only one that comes to mind. So we'll go with that. Also, loving this book, Multipliers by Liz Wiseman. Okay, sorry if this was just like a hot mess. I just really wanted to do this tag. But anyway, the last question is, in real life person who inspires your faith? And I would say that at the moment, it changes all the time, of course. But at the moment, I would say my leaders at church. Just like viewing their example, how they obey God, how they seek him and ask him like who to pray for, who to reach out to, like every day in like a very disciplined but like caring way. I just think about them and they inspire me to be better. So that would be my answer to that question. And that's why it's so important to who you surround yourself with. But anyway, that is my rambling in the Bible book tag. I hope you guys enjoyed this. I will say that today's video was supposed to be the little free library video, except for the fact that I had horrible luck with the little free libraries when I was trying to film it this weekend. So hopefully tomorrow I'm going to go out and see if I can find some better books. Fingers crossed. I'm going to go to some different little free libraries and see what I can find. Otherwise, you guys are just going to get a really depressing little free library video. I don't know what to tell you, but it was sad. I was like almost in tears. I was so frustrated. It just was not the best weekend. But anyway, hopefully hopefully Wednesday, the little free library video is coming your way. So stay tuned and I will talk to you all then. Bye.